एक ओंकार सतगुर प्रसाद। सुपुरख निरंजन हर पुरख निरंजन हर अगमा अगम अपारा। सब त्याग है तुझ जी हर सचे सिरजनहारा। सब जी तुम्हारे जी तुम जिया का दातारा। हर त्याग संतो जी सब दुख विसारणहारा। हर आपे ठाकुर हर आपे सेवक जी क्या नानक जंत्र चारा। तू गट गट अंतर सर्व निरंतर जी हर एको पुरख समाना। एक दाते एक भिखारी जी सब तेरे छोट बिलाना। तू आपे दाता आपे भुगता जी हूँ तुझ बिन अवर न जाना। तू पार ब्रह्म बेअंत जी तेरे क्या गुण आप बखाना। जो सेव हैं तुझ जी जन नानक तिन कुर्बाना। हर त्याग है तुझ जी से चन जोग में सुखवासी। से मुक्त पए जन हर त्याग जी तिन टूटी जम की फांसी। जिन निरपो जिन हर निरपो त्याया जी तिनका पो सर्ववासी। जिनसे व्या मेरा हर जी ते हर हर रूप समासी। से तन जिन हर त्याया जी जन नानक तिन बल जासी। तेरी भगत पंडार जी परे बेअंता। तेरे भगत सलाहन तुझ जी हर अनेक अनेक अनंता। तेरी अनेक करह हर पूजा जी तप तपे जपे बेअंता। तेरे अनेक पढ़े को सिमर शास्त्र जी कर क्रिया खट करम ग्रंथा। से भगत पले जन नानक जी जो पावे मेरे हर भगवंता। तू आदि पुरख अपरंपर करता जी तुझ जेवड़ अवन कोई। तू जुग जुग एको सदा तू एको जी तू नह जल करता सोई। तुद आपे पावै सोई वर्तै जी तू आपे कर सोई। तुद आपे सृष्ट सब उपाय जी तुद आपे सिर संगोई। जन नानक गुण गावे करते के जी जो सब सका जानो। वाहिगुरु। राग आसा महला चौथा सो पुरख एक ओंकार।
Hello, everyone.
सतगुर प्रसाद। सो पुरख निरंजन हर पुरख निरंजन हर अगमा अगम।
I love acknowledging the people that are here. Steve, John, Linda, Carolyn, Robert, David, Trudy, Jim, Jason, Cheryl, Alex, Dana, Lacey, Sue, Chloe. Hello, everyone. I'm going to get to your questions and also give you some thumbs up and some loves here shortly. I guess you can see that things are changing. The Center of Light Radio is changing. I'm not sure if I'm going to be with Inception Radio Network much longer. I like the idea, but things are changing. So I got this software and I started manipulating it, and wow, how cool is it? And because I have some new things going on, please let me know if anyone's freezing. It doesn't mean that it's a problem with me. It could be your connection, where you are in whatever part of the country. Either way, let me know if you're getting any freezing of the video or the audio goes a little cuckoo. So again, hello everyone. Thank you, Dana, for sharing. I appreciate you. Let me give a couple more minutes so I can fall in. Often I do a very long intro before I come in because I send it to all over, throughout Facebook, YouTube. So it takes me a while. But it also gives you the opportunity to prep, show up, all that cool stuff, right? So if you are still here, just say yes. Because I know sometimes people come in and nothing's happening, they want to leave. But I like knowing who's here because it helps me fall into the energy as I call up in my ident all the people I love in my life. Hello, Brian Blanchard. Sue says yes. I am here. Cheryl says yes. Lacey's here. My whole surround system on here to the music. You go, girl. Let me turn it up for you. Dana says yes. Y'all, tonight is very important. Very special. LaDonna's here. Trudy's here. Chloe's here. Tonight is going to be, can be, depending on you, very, very liberating. Very liberating. A lot of the work I do on Facebook, these live bursts, are liberating. God Himself is the liberator. That's what she said. So tonight, I'm going to hand you something. I'm going to hand you something. Hi, Bernadette. If you would, please. Did the video just now freeze up for anyone? Did the video just freeze up for anyone? Please say yes or no. Even for a moment. Just a yes or no. Hi, Ruthie. So Dana says no. Everyone please participate. Because today I tried to create this really cool, thank you, Chloe, Cheryl, all of you, thank you. Because you see those two candles at the bottom? Look pretty cool, right? Well, they're called GIFs. And I want to make sure that it's not bogging the system down. So great, great, great. We're good to go. So tonight, I want to hand you something. I want to hand you some light. LaDonna, you said it did freeze up for you. Say yes it did or no it didn't. I don't know if your yes implies to the question I asked. Hello, Woody. Blessings to you, Woody. I know you've been through a lot, bro. I see you. I follow you. Hello, Annie. Wait a couple more minutes for people to collect while I ask them very important questions. At least for my work. See, right now I'm looking at Facebook and the video is frozen. Hello, everyone out in YouTube land. My primary room is Facebook. Please don't be offended by that. If you want to be a part of that feed, or if you want to stay here, if this is where you're comfortable, I will come back. But if you want to find me on Facebook and be a part of that virtual room where the crowd is collected, until the near future when this room in YouTube is going to be slammed, you can go to facebook.com/Keith Anthony Blanchard and be part of it there. So no one's seeing any more freezing. Yep, all right. So tonight I want to hand you something. My Facebook is freezing. I'm going to ask this one last time because I want to make sure. I like the candles. They're cool. Hello, Shannon. Hello, Annie. I wish I could pronounce your name, beautiful lady from a foreign country. Where is everyone from? Please share where you're from in the feed. And again, I asked the question finally. Has anyone experienced any hesitation? It will help me greatly for the future. And then we're going to get started. Hi, Shannon. Shannon's from Georgia. Dana says no interruptions in the feed. Anyone else? Feed is fine. Great. It must be on my side. Maybe my connection is slow. Awesome. Thank you, Shannon. So as always, I do this because I love it. It's my love. And abundance flows through everything and everyone, including you. Please share this to you all. Hello, Jesse, brother. Please share this to you all. It helps me to become visible. Go to youtube.com/Center of Light Radio. Subscribe to my page, please, if you have not already. Hello, LaDonna. She says she's a Mississippi girl. Lacey says she's from the universe. Trinity says originally Philly, now New Jersey. New Jersey? Oh, yeah. Park the car. A little time in Florida. Hello, Maria. So if you would, it'll take you 30 seconds. Go to youtube.com/Center of Light Radio, unless you're on a phone and you have to do this after. Subscribe to my page, give me some thumbs up, leave me some comments. You can go to centeroflightradio.com at the bottom of the opening page. You will see a red Ferrari. Click on it. It'll take you to a website called RPM Recognize, Plug In, and Manifest. And this is exactly what we're going to be doing tonight. We're going to recognize and we're going to plug in. And we're going to manifest ourselves through the portal into the gate. I have the ability to do that. Sounds cocky? Whatever works for you. It doesn't matter to me. Hello, Christopher. So click on that red Ferrari at the bottom of centeroflightradio.com. It'll take you to RPM, Recognize, Plug In, and Manifest Your Life. Whatever that manifest is, inside, outside, or both. But it starts with the inside. It's my lifelong work, a program. You get one-on-one time with me. You want a free session? KeithAnthonyBlanchard@gmail.com. I'll give you a free session. Whatever it is, say, Keith, I want my free session. We'll talk about it, help you get started to moving your way into your passion, beat your feet towards your bliss, and get paid for it. Paid, not only monetarily, but paid, fulfilled. I can help you do that. Also, because I do this work because it's my passion, and I'm moving into this in a bigger way, your support would be grateful. You go to centeroflightradio.com and click the donate button. Leave me a love offering. I'd appreciate it. Yanava, it has begun. For those who are new to what I just expressed, Yanava. The word Ah is a primordial sound of God. Someone tells you a riddle and you don't get it. And they repeat it 2 or 3 times, and finally they say it a different way. You say, Ah, I get it. That Ah means you were enlightened to the punchline. Ah means enlightened to the punchline in your life, because life is a divine dichotomy. It's all a simple play of divine consciousness. All of it. So Ah is primordial sound of Creator. Amen. Yahweh, Buddha, Krishna, Allah, Paramahansa Yogananda. This is not only a coincidence. It shows the connectivity between all the spiritual masters throughout time. So the bickering about whose religion is right is erroneous. It's all the nonsense that was interjected and that was extracted. So Yah is the sound of the heart. It's the will. That which we choose to bring forth. I'm using my will, my oomph, my spirit, my soul, my power. For some people, I'm going to do my best. I do not take no for an answer for that which I want to bring into my experience. I'm using my my yah, my heart, my will to the fullest. Yah, na, va. Yah is heart, is will. Na is the mind, it's the intellect. Va is the backbone, it's action. So when I said Yah, na, va, it has begun. I have opened the floor. I have opened the door. With mere intention. Lots of fire behind it. Mere intention. Basically what I'm saying is, God, come exist inside of my body. That's what Yanava means. It's taking the moment to align. And we go through the motions. We could think Yanava, which is the name of your soul. Everyone's soul. There's only one soul, but many fragments. And your name may tweak or be a little different. But it's all under the ceiling of Yanava. Heart, Yah, Na, mind, backbone, Va. We can think those thoughts in a silent prayer, and that's cool. But if you say it, the power of the spoken word adds to it. And also when you go through the motion, you're manipulating energy. You're creating your experience in 3 different ways. Yah would be the intention to want to. The mind is realizing the motions you have to go through. And the backbone is that which carries out its action of doing the gesture. Yanava. This is so natural to you. I know that many of you feel it. Many of you feel it and might be rejecting it, called cognitive dissonance. When the mind comes upon something it's not familiar with, whether they believe it's true or not, the mind says, do not monkey with me. And it causes a dissonance inside, like a guitar player hitting 2 bad notes. It's the same energetic feeling. Hello, Annie. Hello, Rebecca. So my intention tonight, now that I've opened the floor and the door, in my gesturing, in my ritual, there is a door open inside of me right now. You can believe it or not. In that door is everything I could possibly want. Even things that were never created yet. Even things I cannot possibly imagine that I want. Do you feel that space inside that is longing for something beyond what you have ever known? Already know the answer. The answer is absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Because if we had it all, we wouldn't have to seek. But we are seekers. To what degree are you seeking? It's not necessarily the form that you are seeking. It's that you are seeking with all fervor and all tenacity and all fire. You could be seeking out a place to find a good ice cream cone because there's not many ice cream parlors in your city. But your earnest, diligent wanting of that ice cream cone will eventually lead you to the parlor. And there you will be as a divine child, playing in the garden of soul, eating your freaking ice cream cone. In this case, it's God and soul being back in heaven on earth. Heaven is not a place. Heaven is a space. I am living proof of it. And I want to hand you this. And it's powerful. Keith, this sounds like an arduous task, and I'm telling you, it is farthest from the truth. We have lost sight, true sight. We can see, right? We can truly see. And then all of a sudden this happens. We go, well, I can still see. Now it's time to remove the blinders again, the blinds, and see. And we will be able to see when we're able to be in the sea of the divine ocean. Do you want it? Inside of everyone is a void. The one that is the truth and the one that is the lie. It's only one void. It's what you're doing inside the void. The void many people feel is because they're coming from a place, a space, not here, a space that I need something to fill me. I need to be fulfilled, and it's something from the outside world, be it a thing, a job, or a person. There's a void of fulfillment inside of them. And they're living in an absolute illusion. Well, Keith, don't we all deserve loving relationships? Well, of course we do. That's not what I'm talking about whatsoever. I'm talking about the need, the addiction to have something fill you inside in order for one to feel complete. The other void is the space that lives right here. And it's truly, in every sense of the word, void of everything. There's nothing that lives in there. No thing. That's the gate to the kingdom. That's the garden. Doesn't sound like much fun when there's nothing in to play with. Nothing in there to play with. So Keith, if this is all void, why do I want to seek it? Because in this wholeness, holy, is forever. It's infinite possibility in this place. Because as soon as we start entertaining things, the mind wants to participate in an overbearing way. And the heart's basically saying, look, dude, just chill out. You might enjoy this ride for yourself, at least for once, if you allow it. That's the place. That's the void. And in there, in the void, you will never be void of anything. Hello, Kelly. Hello, Amelia. Bubba. So I want to hand you something tonight. I want to hand you a piece of information, piece of wisdom that's going to help you understand that right now in this moment, you are shifting. What were you doing before you came into this virtual theater? Whatever it was. Now that you're following my lead, you're following my words, and I'm leading you into a place, a space. Again, it's called the kingdom or the garden of the soul. If you're listening to me right now, you have no choice in the matter of being lured into this place. You, my friend, are shifting. Right now you're shifting. And right now you're shifting. And right now you're shifting. And it doesn't stop. Every time cells divide in your body, every time you take a breath, anytime a stimuli from the outside, whatever it is, crops up in your experience, you've shifted. You've shifted from this place to this place. Everything is interconnected. From my bestseller, The Divine Principle, God says, "It is no accident that you hearing wisdom from this book. Now that you are, I encourage you to fully take advantage of it. For within you, you will find everything. And everything you need to understand your true self and your relationships to the spirit you call by many names." Everyone is the same spirit called by a different name. There is no name that does not belong to God. There is no form that is not his or hers, theirs, its. Consider this idea your instruction manual for your return to God. Those of you who choose to live by the ideas and principles I present herein will awaken from your dream of separation. And as the title of this presentation is, are you ready to shift? Those of you who choose to live by the ideas and principles I present herein will awaken from your dream of separation and shift into a higher reality that will enable you to consciously reunite with me, God speaking. So I implore you to not only hear these words with your ears, but hear them with your heart. For doing so will open you even more to receiving my intent and my energy. All that I am. I have miracles for all of you. Seek them with sincere intention, and I shall grant you the awareness that will cause them to appear. We're talking about shifting. And later, 15-20 minutes, I'm on purpose going to shift you. I'm going to walk you through an exercise that when you are complete with it, you will have no doubt of what you have touched inside of yourself. I dare you to stick around. Talking about shifting. The Earth's energy is lifting at an exponential rate. We are living upon Mother Earth. If you're one body and you house billions and trillions of cells, as you shift, so does your body makeup. Well, she is our mother, and she's shifting. The pace of life is accelerating like never before. And in this age of computer technology, when new phenomena quickly become obsolete, most people find it tough just to keep up. But it's very important for all of you to update yourselves and absorb as much information as possible. After all, who do you think is behind the idea that you call the information age? Spirit continues. Loved one, if you wish to play a game, play the game that will spin you off the fear time wheel once and for all. I cannot emphasize enough that you must always try to make your spiritual work fun. Because having fun is what keeps you in that God state, totally unaware of time. That is what the shifting I'm going to bring to you in a little bit is about. Is getting you back into the garden, the eternal, where there is no time. Spirit says, tell me, Keith, when you're having fun, where does time fly? I say, hey, it does seem to fly. Why is that? It says, the bliss you feel causes time to disappear. You do something you love, 2 hours goes by just like that. Go to a doctor's office for 45 minutes and wait. Gets heavy, begins to drag. So the shifting I'm going to provide for you later is going to help you to stay in that eternal moment. Always doing what you love. And in spirit is everything you love. In fact, spirit is love. And that's where you unify in love. Then you're in that void where there is no thing or nothing. Because in the nothing is everything. Have you ever noticed how a heaviness comes over you when you look at a watch or a clock and realize there's something you feel you have to do that will take you away from your fun? Again, I ask why. Spirit continues. Because your consciousness link to God gets broken when you do something you would not choose to do, but do anyway. That is when you move from the eternal fun to the dreaded time wheel. When this happens, it only means that you have shifted Did you feel that? I know you did. I know many of you just felt what just happened. When we're doing something we love, we're in eternal space, bliss. Then we do something we don't want to do because we feel we have to. We have shifted from the head to the heart, or from love to fear. I ask you, Keith, why would you not let God lighten your load and ease your earthly responsibilities? And I said, habit? And God says, can you be any more vague? I said, well, that's what comes to mind. The Spirit says, here, let me help you, beloved. You are having to work so hard because you still carry the feeling left over from your childhood that you are not good enough. Keeps us out of the garden. You still think you must prove to others that you will come through in their times of need. This is the kind of stuff that has blocked my light from entering you. Hauling around these having to do burdens is why you still sometimes find yourself emotionally and physically exhausted. If you keep it up, it's your body that will pay in the end. You must realize that you can serve me, Spirit, in a far greater way than by trying to find love through approval. I need you, dear one, not to find love, but to be loved. This is your greatest responsibility. I promise that meeting it will be no burden on you and will benefit everyone you come in contact with. Until then, if you should ever feel overloaded, do the exercise you just learned. That will let you bring consciousness back into your heart. A little more reading and I'll be done. In this dialogue with Spirit, I'm talking about the earth changing and what seems like doom and gloom, all the terrible things she and we are going through. Basically, I asked Spirit, how can we keep that from happening? And Spirit says, the closer everyone gets being unified, the more effective you will be at removing their parasitic energy, because you will be using your own God-given power to correct the seemingly irreversible damage that has been done. Everyone must change from poverty thinking to prosperity thinking. When that happens, you will each become a vessel for abundance to return, radiate outward, and help heal the planet. Once everyone looks upon God as the infinite repository of wisdom and wealth, the world's spiritual resolution, and evolution will begin, and your lack will end. Is the video still freezing up? Cheryl says the video is freezing up. This will help me greatly in future broadcasts. Just say yes, freeze, or no, freeze, please. I'm going to wait. It's important. No freeze. I'm going to continue. So we're talking about returning to prosperity consciousness and getting out of poverty consciousness. And when we get to prosperity consciousness and we look upon God, our spiritual revolution, resolution, and evolution will begin, and lack will end. And I asked God the question, you mean there will be no more starving people in the world? God says, no. I mean, you will no longer see these people as starving, but as nourished. It is this very shift in perception that will compel you to do what is next in sequential order. Feed the world. Is it possible that we don't have to do anything? We don't have to travel to third world countries and bring tons of food and freights full of food. All we have to do is shift. That's called divine compassion. Instead of, oh my God, these people are dying. I understand it may move your heart. It often moves my heart to tears. These people are dying. These people are starving. These people are sick. Divine compassion doesn't see that. Well, Keith, that sounds like you're asking me to be dead and cold. No, I'm asking you to be alive and full of divine fire. And when you shift to divine compassion, you see that all these people that you may have seen as suffering are on their spiritual, divine, Christed, Buddhic, Krishna path. It's simple by shifting. Yeah, it hurts my heart that I see these people with snotty nose and they're malnourished. But they're on their path. It doesn't have to happen in this lifetime. God is eternal. So I say, when we see these people no longer as starving, what happens? Spirit says, when you no longer see these people as starving, but as nourished, it is this very shift in perception that will compel you to do what is next in sequential order. Feed the world. I ask. So what you're saying is that there is no lack of anything anywhere. And God says, lack is your point of view, my friend, not mine. And that point of view is the cause of all of your quandaries. Why the world has not addressed the hunger problem more aggressively baffles me, Spirit says. And I ask, have we insulted you? Spirit replies, what insults me is that you have done so little with all I have given you. And I ask, but what about all those organizations that feed the hungry? Spirit asks, are there still starving people in the world? And I say, yes. Then you have done nothing but attempt to feed the hungry, because the world still operates from lack. It thinks that enough is being done, but that belief only keeps you worshiping the almighty dollar instead of the almighty within that can provide the world with everything it needs. After this next quote, I'm going to take some water, give a pause for music, and then we're going to get to actually shifting. I am going to help you to shift. And if you allow yourself to fall into a space, you do it already. So I'm not taking you through this taboo, this dabbling. That's nonsense. You live this space every time you find joy. I'm in a state of absolute joy right now. That's why I'm in the space. You bring your favorite deity through, Jesus, Buddha, your grandmother, your child, just your belief in something beautiful and loving. It doesn't have to have a physical form. And we'll use that as the key to open the gate so we can exist in there. And you will feel the joy, and I will help you to shift. I am going to read this to you. This is the gig. This is the key. This intention is the overview of how to move into the playground of soul. Lacey asked, what faith am I? I'm not per se a faith. In fact, I'm none of them. Or I'm all of them. Because in this paradox, they're both true. I'm none of them. In so doing, I don't follow a way. I follow the way. And the way is that which is laced throughout all spiritual teachings since the beginning of time throughout all the world. It's the core. It's the love is the beauty. Everything else is extraneous noise and should be tossed away like yesterday's newspaper in the trash. Effortlessly. I'm done with that. Someone tells me, I was jogging yesterday on a trail, and something told me to go look under this rock. And I found something, Keith, I can't explain it to you. It's just gorgeous and powerful. I'm not going to go look because I don't believe you want to debunk your sharing with me. I'm going to get in my car, and I'm going to go find that rock, and I'm going to look under because I want it. I want the joy and the light I saw glowing on their face. Here's the quote. This is how you shift into the kingdom. This is the model. The highest ideal is to have such an awareness shift that God's love is the only thing you see, think, feel, speak, and therefore are. The highest ideal is to have such an awareness shift that God's love is the only thing you see, think, feel, speak, and therefore are. Because you have opened yourself into the kingdom. You have opened the stargate, the cosmic womb, your divine mother. And back through the birth canal, we become birthed back to the divine. The highest ideal is to have such an awareness shift that God's love is the only thing you see, think, feel, speak, and therefore are. Is because you've allowed it to overwhelm you and consume you and engulf you in divine fire. If you need a deity to help you feel this way, don't stop. That's the gig. Everything you see, that divine compassion, those little children with snotty nose and hungry and sick and dying. The highest ideal is to have such an awareness shift that God's love is the only thing you see, think, feel, speak, and therefore are. That is divine compassion. And it's also the reason why people have turned atheists, but there's no such thing as an atheist, and I can prove it to you, but we won't get into that. A lot of people turned atheists because they believe that, well, if there was a God, he would not let those little children get sick and die. That is not God's love. That is an individual's mind, an attempt to want to control, to make things exactly how they think they should be, so they themselves could have peace. Those little children get sick and die in war-torn countries as well, is because of divine compassion. The highest ideal is to have such an awareness shift that God's love is the only thing you see, think, feel, speak, and therefore are. And divine compassion steps back and says, it is what it is, and I will never judge it. That would make me a judgmental God. I unconditionally love it. Could be right back. I need some water. My energy is like so beaming right now. So if you want to take 4 minutes to get you something to drink or whatever, stretch your legs, do that. I am going to be here for another bit for sure. So take this opportunity. Put some music on. Enjoy it. I'll be right back. If you're going to participate in this exercise, let's start off. Who's still here? Say, I'm here. I want to know who's here. It helps me connect. What follows next is a glimpse into your spiritual liberation. Can you handle that? Maria's here. Sue's here. Lacey's here. I do this exercise often, but for those here now who have not experienced it, or those in the future, I want you to shift. If that's what you want, I want to show you a glimpse of where you reside full time. You do not come to this earth by being born. You can call it being born, but you were not born. You just basically squeeze through a portal into another dimension. You can call it Earth, but I'm trying to get you away from the Earth image because it's the world and this is my place where I live. No, see it from another place. I'm here in soul, and I just squeeze my consciousness through a little hole, and now I'm in this other place, this other dimension. That's all it is. It's really all it is. So what I would like you to do now, if you really want to feel where you reside, I strongly suggest that you take breath. Breath is God. God gives life through breathing. So they're all synonymous. If God is life, and breath breathes life into man. So breath is God. It's the motion of God. It's the in and out breath of the cosmos. The in breath is called so, and the out breath is called ham. So, ham. So what I want you to do now, if you want to shift and touch your soul, and once you do this ongoingly, it will help you alleviate your fear of death. Because you will see it's just a hiccup. It's just a shift in. It's like waking up from your night sleep last night only to come to this awareness to your bedroom. So what I want you to do, as I often have you do, but tonight we're going to do it differently. We're going to do it more sincerely, more passionately. Is breathe in and out through your mouth. Rhythmically, don't force the breath, but deeply, as so. Depending on your background, if it makes you feel better, to invite an angelic presence, and they are everywhere, to surround you with divine light, and do that. You call upon your master, Yeshua, Buddha, Krishna, your grandmother, that which represents the highest peace for you. Bring that into your experience, into your fold, to say, help me to achieve what is being offered through this vessel and this platform. And as you continue to breathe sincerely, with the intentions of wanting to see the highest ideal, that God is everything. Everything I see, everything I hear, everything I feel, everything I speak, and everything I do. to where it consumes you. Continue with the breathing. Continue breathing, and you feel it. There's no way you cannot feel it. Don't be in denial with yourself. Give yourself a gift of the soul. As you continue to breathe, and you take an inventory of how you feel now compared to how you felt before you started breathing, there's no way you can deny that you have not shifted. There's no way you can deny you have shifted. And you feel a buzz in your body. You feel illumination in your mind and in your third eye. And the gate to your heart begins to open. You feel it. I know you do. Do yourself a favor and give yourself a birthday gift, because today can be a birth for you. And I am the one handing you the gift. Yanava. Pick up the pace of your breath with a little more intensity as such. God is life. Life is breath. God, life, and breath are synonymous. And your mouth may become dry and taste metallic. That's called resistance from the monkey. Breathe right through it. Breathe right through the thinking of the brain, the thinking of the mind, the thinking of the monkey that wants you to stop from reaching your spiritual liberation. And all it is a minute shift from stopping your breathing now, or stopping whatever you're doing that's bringing you to joy, but in this moment, the breathing. Well, I've done enough. And if you've stopped and you have not reached the profound, deafening silence of your Creator, don't stop. Shift, my friend. Shift. It's one more rung of the ladder, or just beyond where you would have stopped. Pick up the breath. And as you've made yourself vulnerable, and as you humble yourself, what does your inventory feel like now? From the first one we took, it's expanded beyond your own level of comprehension. You, my friend, have walked through the threshold of the Golden Gate. Do you feel that? Do you feel that? You feel hyper expanded. You feel consciously aware. You have absolute crystal clarity. And your body is saturated with unending bliss. Now that you have shifted to a greater capacity, keep with the breath as I bring you through this next exercise. You don't have to breathe like a mad person. Just keep a steady breath. When you find yourself forgetting the breath, don't punish yourself. Just simply go back to the breath. You got to go back to the breath. Breathe the whole time I give you this exercise. And my brother or sister, watch what happens to you. You will shift not only through walking the threshold of the door. I'm going to push you into the kingdom. And you're going to see it. Excited? You should be. If this is your first time to experience what I am offering and bringing through with my intention and my will and my heart and my direction, and I as a guide, what you will experience will overwhelm you. Because you deserve it. As you're listening to this broadcast, watching me, keep your eyes on me and don't turn them away for any reason. You're seeing me and you're experiencing me because you are aware. I am aware that I exist. And that awareness of who you are that's hearing this voice is the you that has always existed, exists now, and will forever exist. Forever. So you are aware as you look at me, give you this juicy spiritual golden nugget to find you in the Garden of Soul. And in the Garden of Soul is whatever you want it to look like. Sitting atop a mountain, overlooking the valley, on a beach, in a forest, and there's a waterfall with crystal gemstones. There are unicorns and fairies, and a guide walks up to you, be it your deity, whatever it is for you. So continue with your breathing as you watch me, and don't turn your eyes off of me. You are aware of me. Become aware of the taste in your mouth. Simply become aware of the feeling or the temperature on your skin. Become aware of what's peripherally next to you without turning your head, just by using your periphery. Take it in. Become aware of any light source in your house that you can see. Become aware of any sounds. Just become aware. Now that I have shifted your awareness from me, who you are aware of, and then I shifted your awareness to the taste in your mouth, then I shifted your awareness to the temperature on your skin, then I shifted your awareness to taking in what's peripherally around you. My dear friend, I have shifted you 5 times. That's a pretty cool trick. Now we're going to take you to the grand finale. Continue with the breathing. Actually, pick up the pace for a minute. You want to feel it? You want to feel the garden? You want to be in the garden? Do this. Breathe. God is life, life is breath. They're all synonymous. You're becoming charged. You're becoming illumined. Looking at me, you're aware of. The taste in your mouth, you're aware of. The temperature in your skin, you're aware of. The peripheral around you, you're aware of. Now take one final breath. And take in and become all of that, aware of all of that at the same time. Become aware of me, the taste in your mouth, the temperature on your skin, that which is around you peripherally, the light sources around you. Take it all in at the same time, and you feel yourself shift, not only in perspective where I've shifted you before, you feel yourself shift to a space of again, become aware of me, the taste in your mouth, the temperature on your skin, your peripheral experience. Take it all in at one time. And you find yourself trying to figure out this mathematical equation. I'm aware of the taste in my mouth and my skin, but I'm not at the periphery. Now I feel that. And so you feel yourself shifting, trying to take this all in at one time. But I know at least for at least one nano moment, you felt the all of it. That's the garden. That's the gate. That is the kingdom where everything dwells and nothing at the same time. That is where you will find God. Because if you cannot find God now, when will you? If you can't find God right now, you will not see it. Ever. And what I just gave you, you would probably go to a seminar and pay lots of money to learn. It's no longer about the old paradigm of working yourself to death to reach God, who is life, That's old news. It's old world. It's done. Right now, you are shifting. Right now, you're shifting. Right now, you are shifting. How many in this room participated and felt to the degree I expressed that you would experience through this exercise? Say, I did. Please use those words because I know that you're responding directly to me. Hello, everyone. Paula, Steve Sound, my brother. How many people participated and did you feel the opening? Maria says yes. Good, Maria. Maria and those of the like, I am telling you, when you have a divine fire in you that burns so brightly that all you want is to experience your Maker, the Maker will turn up the gas. Dana says I did. Anyone else? Anyone else feel it? Experience it. Trudy says I did. Elwood says I did. So even though this presentation is lasting an hour, it did not take this full hour for you to shift. So I'm in a funk right now in my life. It's funky. I don't like this place. I hear you. Whatever has you bothered and or boogered, back off to divine compassion and see it from that place, that space. You have shifted into a greater capacity of your soul. That is how you walk into the garden of who you are. And here's the real cool shit. You don't have to die to do it. Shannon says, I felt it. Again, let's recap. Take 3 quick breaths. You feel the expansion, you feel the charge. Good for you. You did great. You're aware of me. That's your awareness. Shift your awareness to the taste in your mouth. Shift the awareness to the feeling on your skin. Shift your awareness to the peripheral. Shift your awareness to all that stuff that's around you. Now take it all in at one time. And all those different focal points, you've shifted and you know it because, well, I did shift. Because I shifted my awareness from you, Keith, to the taste in my mouth, to the feeling of my skin. So you basically time jumped to different time and space locales. Ah, something just came through. Yanava Soul speaks. As the vessel has demonstrated and instructed you to become aware here, and aware here, and aware here, and aware here, no pun intended, and aware, those are all time, space, locales. But when the vessel instructed you to take it all in, none of those places exist in that space. That's the eternal space. So you were shown these different fragments of who you are in form of awareness. But when you took it all in and you embodied the whole of it, you saw it wholly. Holy. That is the kingdom. That is the garden of soul where you dwell now. Whether you know it or not, whether you believe it or not, is irrelevant. What is relevant, provided you allow it, is to shift. The door is open, awaiting your return. to divine consciousness. The door is open, even when you do nothing at all. Just know, the door is always open. In fact, there is no door. But an image of a door must be painted to show you the idea of entry. Entry. You are shifting now. You are shifting now. You are shifting now. You are shifting now. And you are shifting now and will forever shift. Might as well shift on purpose. And get back into purpose. That is actually your purpose. It is complete. Yanava. Hello, Faye. Hello, Nicolette. If you're just arriving, please feel free to share this on your wall. Go back to the beginning of this presentation, and the door will open. Again, please feel free to bring your comments or your questions through. I would love to know what's on your mind, or on your heart, rather. Thank you, Dana. Shift happens. Thank you, Maria. Thank you, Trudy. So I'm going to be here, let's see, 5-10 minutes. Anyone has something you want to throw in? Ask a question, make a comment, please feel free to do so. Share this to your wall, please, if you feel like you want to support myself, my work, and most importantly, others in this way, so they can experience the majesty and the epiphany and the garden that you made yourself susceptible to. By following my lead, you have shifted. That's it. You're welcome, beautiful Sue. Elwood, thank you for being honest and confessing. I was scared at first, but then I started to see, and then I wasn't. Faith says, where is the best place to go for serenity? Faye, if you mean in a physical location, I would say the beach. Then again, you might be a mountain person. The only place that serenity will ever happen is right there. Because the storm could be griping and bitching all at once. But I'm not part of the storm. I'm the anchor. I'm the light. No matter what's happening outside of me. In fact, we can even use the outside noise as a reference point to show us exactly how serene and peaceful we are inside. It could be a reflection to say, oh my God, I am in such a still, peaceful space. That is a lot of noise. Then another expansion happens, an enlightenment happens, goes, oh my God, the serenity and peace has always been within me, no matter what's happening in my world. Elwood says, that was amazing. I didn't do anything, brother, but hand you a cookie. I mean, why wouldn't I want to hand anyone that come hang out at my house a cookie? I can afford cookies. I just gave you a spiritual cookie. Eat it. Take that sustenance in. Take that sweetness in. Tonight when you go to bed, lay down and breathe. No one can argue with this. Not that I'm arrogant. I'm laying it out straight. Is God life? Yes. Did God breathe life into man? Yes. So if God is life, and that was breathed into man, then all three are synonymous. God, life, and breath are the same, from the same divine source. God is not its name. We call it God because it's an image that invokes the highest authority. Lay down tonight, or before you even lay down, put on some music like this, light some candles, put pictures of your children up, your grandparents, your favorite angel, your favorite archangel, your favorite picture of your deity, and breathe God into your body and breathe into your power that lives in the garden. The place where we came from before we squeeze out this little tiny canal to exist on this dimension we call Earth, this theater which is an illusion, unless you're living in the garden. The experiences you have may be real, but if they're kicking your ass, it's an illusion because we're not seeing the truth of the matter. The truth of the matter. So you sit down, put on some loose clothing, take off anything restricting clothing, jewelry, make yourself comfortable. Put on some really cool music, no lyrics, or at least lyrics in a foreign language, because lyrics in your language will distract you. Light a candle. State your intention to Jesus, Buddha, God, unconditional, whatever you want to call it, and say, Dear Lord, I am about to get me some of you. Take me the rest of the way. And you breathe like you want it. Then you begin to feel it. And then you breathe with the joy, oh my God, it's happening. And oh my God is actually the correct word. And then you begin to feel it. And it begins to settle into your experience. And then you begin to breathe because now you, oh my gosh, you're wanting it. You're feeling it as it begins to swell inside of you and drape you with a divine cloak as you are on one knee and you're being knighted. Then you will begin to lose your fear of your mortality. Even the death of your ident and your ego, as well as your physical body. Because you will no longer feel disconnected from everything of which you are a part. Elwood, that is phenomenal, bro. You are shifting, you are shifting, you are shifting. Thank you, everyone. I love you. Shift. Every moment you're shifting. Now shift on purpose. Always intend to stay into the kingdom. The place that I led you to by the hand and by my heart. And gave you a glimpse of forever. And as divine children, you will play in that garden. And I will meet you there. Yanava. It is absolutely, 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 absolutely complete. I love you.